Folks, it's the Chris Soriano Podcast here, and as you know, I'm a huge baseball guy. And, you know, my parents went to Kingsborough College. And why am I bringing up Kingsborough College and my parents? And what's the segue? What's the catch? Well, we have Mario Capparelli, the assistant baseball coach of Kingsborough Community College, on the line. Now, Kingsborough baseball beat Queensborough for the CUNY championship last week. But what has transpired after that has the borough talking, as well as the school and the parents and the players on the team, as well as the coaches. Mario, how are you this evening?
I'm a little distraught, very saddened by the fact that we will not be representing Kingsborough College in the regional playoffs come this next week.
Now, what happened? Give us the breakdown, Mario. It's me and you having a drink right now. As I have a drink in my hands. From what you tell me all week, you should be doing the same. What's going on here, Mario?
Well, to tell you the truth, what happened was, right now I got a bunch of sad boys that play baseball in Brooklyn. I myself have been involved with Kingsborough College for the last 5 years as a coach, as a recruiter. Prior to that, 1999 was the last time Kingsborough seen any playoffs or any championships. In the last 5 years, we've been in the championship 4 years in a row, winning 3 and 2 consecutive. And that's due to the recruiting of myself and other coaches on the team, from Staten Island to Brooklyn. The situation that occurred was we had a player that was early in the season, before the season started, injured. He wasn't issued a uniform by the school because they were waiting for clearance. And he got clearance from the doctors, and subsequently received his uniform from the Kingsborough Athletic Department, which is like Fort Knox when they're giving away anything in that
Right.
school. And you know, nobody walks around the campus unless they're on the team that has a uniform. And he was issued a uniform, and we say we shouldn't assume, but we assumed that he was cleared to play and on the roster. And on a game 2 weeks ago against Queensborough on a Saturday afternoon, we were trailing, and Coach Jim said, let's put him in the game, let's see what he's got. We were trailing 11-5 at the time. He threw 4 pitches, 3 pop-ups and 1 ball. So he threw 4 pitches in 1 inning of 1 game. And when the stats were being issued into the paperwork on Monday, the athletic director said, who is this so-called player, which I don't want to mention his name, but everybody knows
Yeah, no,
him
absolutely.
anyway. But he said, this player's not eligible. And I told him, why is he not eligible? You just issued him uniform. He said, we never put him on the roster, and it was past the roster date, and we couldn't add him to the roster. The player subsequently quit the team, feeling brokenhearted that he hurt the team, that we were going to have a forfeit for the game that he played, that we came back to win 14-13,
Right.
an amazing comeback. So we had to go on and win the next 3 out of the next 4 games to represent and be qualified for all the playoffs. My boys went on and win 4 straight. We went on to win the CUNY championship on Monday night in a spectacular game pitched by some tremendous players, Olympio Tibercio and Matt Palmieri. And these boys were ready to go to the region and get seen by 4-year colleges and get an opportunity to get scholarships. And we got a call on Tuesday that the AD's office was self-sanctioning us not to go to the regions because they were embarrassed by the situation that the head coach put a player in that wasn't on the roster. NCAA rule says that you need to forfeit the game in which the player plays in, and then go from there. And we should have been fine, but this is self-sanctioned. We brought our case to the school yesterday. Actually on Wednesday, to no avail, to the president's office, to no avail. Parents have emailed the president and the AD's office, and it went nowhere.
Now,
and they're putting a team that's 3-9 or 3-15 in the playoffs, as opposed to us, a winning championship team.
Now, I wanted to ask you this, Mario. And again, we're talking to Mario Capparelli, the assistant baseball coach at Kingsborough Community College here on the Soriano Podcast. Now, you said that this kid pitched a game against Queensborough that it wasn't in the playoffs, right?
No, it wasn't. It was we played 4-game series against each college, and it was the 3rd game. We were down 2-0 in the series, and we were going to lose this game. And Coach Jim said, let's put him in, let's see what he's got. You never know. And he just threw 4 pitches in 1 inning of 1 game. And we came back and win, and they took it away from us, which we thought was our sanctioning, which we took it. We took it like men, and we were the visiting team as opposed to the home team and the divisional champions. We took all that. And then they sanction us on the region, which is more than just baseball at this point. It's life-changing for these boys.
Now, see, that was my next question, Mario. That was my next question, and I'm glad that you answered, because if this player, again, who we're not going to name for the sake of him, and rightfully so. So he pitches, not eligible. Whether he threw 4 pitches or 40 pitches, he was ineligible, and you forfeited the game. So that's your punishment. What I'm not understanding, and I have also, as we're doing now, I am sending out emails to Kingsborough management to hop on the podcast to see if they will actually come on. If they accept my challenge remains to be seen. But what I want to know, and I asked this, what is the point of having you guys forfeit that game that this kid pitched? Then you do what you have to do, you lose first place, you come back in the tournament, you ended up winning it anyway, all for the athletic director or whoever it was to say at the end, no, you can't play in the regionals. So my question to them would be, then why did they even enter you into the CUNYAC tournament anyway, knowing that they weren't going to put you into the region? It sounds so unfair by this administration to do that.
Yeah, the answer that we got on that was they didn't want to sanction us on 2 things. So they sanctioned us on 1. We were qualified to be in the regionals whether we won that game Monday night or not. It's just a nice thing coming in and winning the city championship and then going right into the regionals on that high. We won 7 games in a row, not taking that forfeit away. We won 7 games in a row. Our team was cooking. We got some quality players that could go and will go to 4-year colleges. Kingsborough's offer was at the end, the last thing with the president, and the athletic director says, we'll compensate you. We'll get them some showcases. We'll pay for showcases for these boys. You're admitting guilt by telling us you want to offer us something as a pardon or as a deal. We can get them in showcases. We have enough connections as coaches and as people in the area that know us, and we'll look at these boys anyway. But the regionals are a great step for these boys. They are all 4-year college. St. John, Seton Hall, all the best of the best go there to watch and get a diamond in the rough. And these boys were not given that opportunity, and it's very sad that this is the way our season ended. And the program is going to go down. They fired Coach Jimmy Ryan, and I don't know. I haven't been fired or asked to leave yet. I will not quit because that's not my way I go about it. But the bottom line is that it's not fair to these boys. It's
now,
not fair to
what is their reasoning for firing Jimmy Ryan?
Well, according to the PR's emails that they sent out, it was that it was the coach's fault. He knowingly or unknowingly put this player in, and he needs to be sanctioned for it. They're moving the responsibility from the athletic director's office to the coach, so that somebody's the fall guy. And Jimmy Ryan, who's been coaching at Kingsborough College, played at Kingsborough College for 21 years.
That's bad. That's bad. That can't happen. Listen, I understand on certain cases, this does not sound like a case that you would punish the head coach. You forfeited the game. Yes, listen, I don't know who knew who was eligible or this and that. I don't know if Jimmy thought he was eligible or ineligible or knew that he was eligible. I don't know. The case is you forfeited that game. That should have been enough. Now, I'm on the Kingsborough baseball website now. Then I see that the May 1st championship game is not up there. Are you guys still recognized as the CUNY champions or no? Has that been taken away from you?
No, we are recognized as the CUNY champions. That wasn't taken away. We have the trophy. We have the awards. We have everything to show that. The CUNY website shows us as the champions. If you look, there's a big interview with the MVP, Matt Palmieri, Wagner product from Staten Island. I was responsible for recruiting Matt. He was the MVP of the game, went 3 for 5, and got a save in the game. No, we are the CUNY champions. They cannot tear that away from us. I think they made a deal with CUNY to say, okay, we'll leave that and we'll punish them on the regional. Whatever the behind the doors actions are, we don't know. We're not privy to that. All we know is this report that we just got through a news reporter from Channel 12, Greg Thompson, who got us the report. He got the report from the PR department. They didn't even send out nothing to me, my email address, or any of the other coaches. So that's how we received that information.
Now, as I said before this interview, my parents went to Kingsborough. I know a lot of people at Kingsborough. I know a lot of people at WKRB Kingsborough Radio over there. I know a lot of people, good people there, but I have to admit, as much as I don't want to kind of kill the school, Mario, they have dropped the ball on this, and I don't understand. Again, if you were going to not have your team go to the regionals, then what was the point of even entering you guys into the CUNY championship? Then at that point they would have said, you're forfeiting this game, and we're not letting you into the tournament. Don't have the kids come all the way, win it. They're at the finish line, and they can't get to the regionals, because that hurts. To me, that hurts more. I know if I'm a player, that's hurt me more.
Chris, what really hurts more is that night after the game was over, how the hierarchies were on the field with us, taking a picture with the number one finger up, telling us, hugging us, thanking us for all we've done for this program, to getting them to this point where they were nowhere 5 years ago. My son included was on a championship team in 2014, and the boys that, because of him and because of me and because of the people that we're pulling in from Staten Island, this program will fold because everybody is angry now. Nobody wants to follow suit and follow them to join this program. I have 6, 7, 8 kids right now that are supposed to be coming to my team. One from Port Richmond High School and a bunch of them from Staten Island. How do I even answer them now with the text messages that they're leaving me? What's going on, Coach? I just got one as we're on the podcast now. He just asked me, the father, are we good to go? Are you going to be at the program? What do I tell these people now? How do I continue to do this and work with this type of administration? It's not going to work if our hands are tied and worrying about every move that we make. Not that we would do anything illegal or immoral, but the bottom line is that we have to have some leeway. The AD's department never helped us once. Your job as an athletic department is to say, coaches, what do you need to succeed, and help us do it. That's what I feel, and I feel that we haven't had that in years, and we still went through that and still had the success that we have, but this has culminated into a ridiculous situation, and my boys are saddened by it, and I'm very hurt as well.
Now, I don't know if you knew this, but I just went onto the Kingsborough website. Now, I was on it 10 minutes ago, and they had Jimmy Ryan on there, obviously, and they had all the coaching staff. That is not the case now. The whole coaching staff is not on the Kingsborough website. I don't know what that means, but to me, I think what you're doing is you're doing the right thing by coming on here, defending your boys, defending your program. If Jimmy wants to hop on and talk, he is more than welcome. We will set some up with Jimmy and talk. But, I don't know what your status is or any of the other coaches on the team, Mario.
I gave us our status. I think if they took our names off the website, then I guess they're clean and slate. So I'll get to find out about that. I'm going to check it out myself. And I appreciate you helping us out, Chris, in every way you're doing right now. Look forward to talking to you in the future about hopefully something bigger and better and more enjoyable than the sad thing that's going on with us in Brooklyn.
Well, Mario, whatever you need from me, buddy, I'm always here for you, bud. We met at Mid-Island in the fall where you were doing Griffs. I was doing the Blue Jays. I'm actually wearing an East Shore hat. I know we're linked on that, too. You used to coach East Shore. I'm coaching East Shore now.
Absolutely, the best.
You're a good guy. You're a good guy. You're a good baseball guy. And I wish you all the best and everything, Mario. You ever need anything from me, you just let me know.
Thank you so much, Chris. Have a great night.
No problem, Mario. Thank you. Mario Capparelli, here on the Soriano Podcast.